So I decided to go, okay, how many states have out-of-state fees and how many provinces have out-of-province fees? And I started going down that rabbit hole. Hey everyone. So recently, my province of British Columbia just instituted a new camping fee for all of you who don't live here. A $20 surcharge for non-residents. Now, if you don't live in BC, that $20 gets added on top of the normal camping fee when you're booking front country or back country or marine moorage or a few other high demand provincial parks. So it's just a one-time fee for the reservation. It's not a daily extra charge. If you're a BC resident, you probably don't even know about this, or it's not going to really affect you. But if you're not, well, it's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, because of BC's geography, this doesn't affect people evenly. It really applies to mostly Albertans and Americans who come into BC to camp. Now, I'll be honest about my initial reaction. In this current political climate where everything feels charged and regional identity matters and there's tribalism, my first instinct was to think this was politically motivated. It felt like a locals first kind of policy that conveniently shifts all the cost to the people who don't get a say in how things are done here in BC. But before I spun out in that thought process, I wanted to take a few steps back and look at the full context of this. First, let me just explain, especially to the people in the States, the difference between Alberta and BC. Think of BC kind of like California, and Alberta is kind of like Texas. Now imagine if Texas was on the border of California and California was still on the coast, and Texas was landlocked. And the only way Texas could get all that oil to market and out to the world was if California built a pipeline through the San Francisco Bay Area and let a bunch of, oil ships come into the San Francisco Bay Area to fill up. And that's what we have going on here in Alberta and BC. We've got a state that's basically the Texas of Canada and the California of Canada. And, there's a lot of animosity and trouble between those two. Now, some of my best friends are Albertans. The Ember annual gathering that we do is in Alberta. Most everyone there is Albertans. And funny enough, most of my friends in Alberta actually aren't born in Alberta. They come from South Africa and the UK and British Columbia and Quebec, and Canada is kind of like that. But needless to say, Alberta deserves to be able to come to BC and not have to pay an extra fee, and I should be able to go to Alberta and not pay an extra fee. Now, before I get myself all tripping about this, and I already did a whole video on how the U.S. is charging more for non-U.S. residents at certain national parks, as much as $200 a family member per day more. I've already spun out of control about this and found out that a whole lot of the world actually charges out-of-country visitors extra fees to visit their popular locations. So I decided to go, okay, how many states have out-of-state fees and how many provinces have out-of-province fees? And I started going down that rabbit hole. Now, it turns out there's a whole bunch of states and provinces that just don't charge anything extra or charge any differently for residents and non-residents. Everybody who's camping there just pays the same. Nice and egalitarian, simple. I like it. You can see them right here on this map. But now let's look at the next two groups. We have those states and provinces that give discounts to the local residents, and then we have those states and provinces that charge extra for non-residents. Now, whether you're giving the locals a discount or you're charging the out-of-towners extra, it's the same thing. People who don't live there are paying more than the people who live there. Those discounts are either daily rate discounts or there'll be for like a annual pass discount for locals. One way or another, there's a lot of states and provinces that do it. And in some cases, it can be as much as $20 or $25 that you're saving by using your resident discount. But I'll say it one more time, it's no difference in charging $20 extra for somebody who's from out of state and giving a $20 discount to somebody who lives in the state. It's the same thing. So it turns out it's kind of widespread. And then we've got some extreme examples, which is basically Hawaii, where, it's a small place. They've got like a huge tourist culture. And as a result, it can be like 2 or 3 times the cost as it is for a local to camp in the same location. So that's the most extreme example I found. And that little island in the middle of the ocean kind of makes sense that would be the most extreme example. And where BC ends up in this dollar-wise is kind of lower in the middle because they're not charging for each day of camping. They're just charging for the reservation fee. So, that's not quite as bad as other places. And I'm not really sure how they're handling first come, first serve sites. I'm guessing you just don't pay extra for those. It's for reservations, right? If you know the answer to that, comment below, because I just realized I'm not sure. Now, unfortunately, as a BC resident, I imagine that at some point here, I'll see Alberta do the same, right? This is how these things work, just like tariffs. One person does it one way, the other person does it another. So who knows? Maybe next year I'll be paying an extra $20 to reserve an Alberta campsite. That may just be the way it is. To be honest, I don't think I've ever reserved an Alberta campsite. They have so much camping in Alberta, I just stop somewhere and camp. So to my Albertan friend who did suggest that I do a story on this, I don't think the story ended up how she wanted. Yeah, it does suck, but it does seem in the grand scheme of things, it's not unheard of. It seems to be an increasing standard practice. It's a way to do a money grab and charge the people that have no say in it whatsoever because they're out of towners, out of staters, or out of country. Whatever it is, they got nothing to say about it. Just like all the hotel taxes and tourist taxes we see all around. Oh well, let me know what you think. Should taxpayers get a break over the people who are coming in who didn't pay taxes? Is that how it works? Comment below. I hope this video earned your subscription. If so, please click the subscribe button. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. We got all sorts of new videos coming out all the time. And whether you're camping in your state or out of your state, make sure you get busy living.
Rolling out in my Ember, chasing sunsets down the line. Every mile's an adventure, every stop a brand new sign. Built to keep the fire steady.